our listeners, and I'm shocked, they said they're not with the president. 60% said, no, we got a lot of other issues. No, 40% of our listeners said it is time to take action in Syria. Then on Wednesday, we talked about this one, and this one came from a power listener that works a full-time job, talking to one of the co-workers, and said, hey, I got this part-time job, and the co-worker said, well, whatever you do, don't tell them here. And this person was saying, well, that's what I wanted to do, making sure that they know that I have a part-time job. So we simply ask you, for our listeners, should you tell your full-time job that you have a part-time job? We had a lot of comments on this one. Let's hear what our listeners are saying. Yeah, buddy, talk to me. How you feel about it?
Hey, that's a motivation for the full-time employee. The boss, if they pay him a little bit more money, I wouldn't have that part-time job. I can work all the hours you want me to.
Oh, so you say that you should tell them?
Yeah. Also, wouldn't have a part-time job if you pay him more money.
Well, but what happens if they turn around and tell you, since you got to have a part-time job and you ain't satisfied with what we paying you, why don't you just keep that job, but you ain't got to work here no more?
Well, everybody's doing business today. I'm a hard worker, so therefore you got to do what you got to do.
I hear you, buddy. All right. Thank you for your comment, man.
All right,
bye-bye. Yeah, we're talking about, do you tell your current full-time employer that you have a part-time job?
Yes, you do. Because you don't want conflict of interest.
Right.
That when you're working on a finance position, you don't work part-time on a finance position. So that's how it's on your primary job.
Okay. So you say, tell them to keep down conflict.
Right.
Gotcha. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome. RPPP?
Yeah, we're talking about telling your full-time employer that you have a part-time job.
Nah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. A lot of times jobs will start messing with you for no reason.
Just because you have a part-time job? Hello? Must have was her full-time employer cutting her off. 70% of our listeners said you do tell your full-time employer that you have a part-time job. Like the sister said, could be a conflict of interest or something going on. But you definitely want to tell them. Not like the brother. Don't go talking like the brother going up there telling them, well, if y'all pay me more money, I wouldn't have to get me no part-time job. Like I told you, bro, don't be surprised if they come back and holler, well, since you don't appreciate what we're paying you, just keep that part-time job. We'll take our money and give it to somebody else. 70% of our listeners say, use some tact, but tell them that you got a part-time job. Then on Thursday, we talked about this one. This one came from a power listener who was very upset because her beautician for 10 years, she's had some issues in her family. For 10 years, she's been loyal to this beautician, but she's missed about 2 or 3 appointments lately that she made. So she called for another appointment, and the beautician told her, sorry, you'll have to be a walk-in. And she's like, after 10 years, I've never missed, and now that I'm going through this family issues, I'm sorry, I forgot to call. I have a lot of stuff going on. So we ask you, power listeners, how do you feel about it? If you miss 2 appointments, you have to go through a call-in. Is it a good policy or not? I'm going to go to this one call because we didn't get an opportunity to play this call back. And, you have so many calls, you don't get an opportunity to play these calls back. But I thought this lady said it best, because if I were doing it, I got to say, this is the way I would do it. So let's go listen to this call.
Doing?
Hey, how you doing this morning, baby?
Oh, I'm doing great. I was going to comment on the beautician question. I've been going to the same beautician for over 25 years.
Wow.
And I had a circumstance come up to where I was unemployed, and she took me anyway without money or anything. It's up to who this person is. If you got a person that's been that loyal to you that long, you shouldn't be so angry where you don't want to do that hair anymore. What does that say about your integrity? You have to have some integrity. because people work hard for their money, and they don't want just anybody on their hair. When you get to one person, that's just like a friend, like your best friend. You'll get